Hi there traders, and welcome to Trade the Structure. So just finished up for the week. It's actually been quite a good week. Had a few trades on the SPY, the Aussie SPY, the Nikkei, and today had quite a few on the Hang Seng, and I'll show you those I managed to capture live. So I recorded those for you. We'll walk through the price action, show you where I went right, where I went wrong, and how it ended up for the day. So stick around, I'm going to show you after the break. Okay, off to the races now. First short of the day, just put on there at 7.55. It was 18.755, went short for 5. I just like that. You can see where it opened up. It's opened up down, below that 18,700 zone. It's popped up. It's pushed back up, closed the gap from the open, and it started to, you've got a minor double top there. I put a minor RTF on the highs, so it's just opened up, tested the high, and come straight back down. So I would expect all these longs that are built up from that first at 12.15 from the first green candle to get squeezed back out of the market. So I actually expecting it to push down into the new lows, push through those lows. So I had a profit target in the first 5. Just above that, which it actually, I think it missed by about 3 or 4 points in the end, and then turned around and reversed on me. So I did get out at a profit on some, and the other half was a small loss. So it was an 80-point gain, $15 loss. So all in all, I was up for that first trade, but it didn't play out as I expected. You could see it actually did push down before it started to pause and come straight back up again. So I had to sit around and wait for the next trade to get onto it. So let's see how it plays out. Okay, you can see that I closed most of it out, and just then I just closed the last piece out there. I didn't like that price action where it sort of pushed down, had a green candle, pushed down again. So I was trying to go down, but at the same time there was buyers just soaking up that liquidity on the downside, and that to me generally means if it doesn't go down hard and take out that one foul swoop, that support zone, there's a good chance it's going to go and flush up again. So really, I was just managing my risk as I go there. Okay, on to the next one. Went short again. You can see the price action I've drawn up now. I've got a couple of green candles there. I thought it was going to hold basically under the EMAs and then start to push down to new lows. Okay, take out that low. So I was really just watching for a couple of candles. It's on the 1 minute chart here, and just waiting to see if it starts to nosedive again here, which it does. I'll jump in short, and lo and behold, I think it ripped straight back up again. So let's see how this one played out. So as you can see, not so good. It didn't really go anywhere at all. So it was really just a trap to get in some shorts so I can squeeze back up again. Now I'm still biased short. I'm looking at the 5 minute on another screen as well. We're just focusing on the 5 minute chart and what swing levels I'm looking for. And I'm trying to trade around that 1 minute price action as well. So really, I'm still, like I said, I'm still biased short. I'm looking at the underlying index. So I've got the CFD on the 5 and the 1, and I'm looking at the underlying index on the 5 minute and the 30 minute, just to get a handle on what that's doing, where it could be going, and sort of piecing those together to get a bias of the where I think it could be going and where I should get in and get out. Okay, so let's get on to the next trade now. Okay, on to the next trade. You can see that the market has just grinded its way back up above the EMAs. It's just starting to reject it now. So what I'm anticipating is to get that lower high. Okay, so again, I'm just trading from the 1 minute chart, and we're looking at that price action again, failing from the highs, and remembering that I'm looking at the underlying index as well, which looks to be rolling over. So all the three, you got the 5 minute on the underlying index, the 5 minute chart, which looks to be below the EMAs and starting to roll over as well. The same with the CFD, or the futures pricing, which is on the 5 minute chart, starting to roll over. The EMAs are down, and now it's down on the 1 as well. So I'm really just looking to take advantage of that momentum push, whether it's up or down, but in this case it's actually down. So here you'll see I actually eventually get short with a push down there, and this time I actually hit my target on one of them, and then the second half I think it does reverse on me, and then it reverses in my book too much, so I end up getting out, and it does eventually go higher, but where it does set up for a short later on. So let's see how this trade works out now. Okay, you can see I'm just about to close out the last partial. I didn't like the way it actually reversed on me there, and it got through that opening low, and then it's pretty much reversed. So if you look at it on a 5-minute candle, I think it basically just spikes below the opening low, and then comes straight back again. So I didn't like that, and the way it was coming. I thought I would give it some time. Give it time to work out, maybe have a nice lower high and then work back down below the low again, but instead it come back too far for me, so I didn't want to give up any of those gains. Alright, let's get on to the next one now. So as you can see, it wasn't a bad move getting out of that last short. The market flushed out the opening lows at, was it 18,675, and then bounced straight back up and took out the highs. So what it's really doing now is washing out both sides of the market. I'm kind of anticipating a bit of a range day. If it can turn into a bit of a trend day, that's fine. But at the moment, I've got in the back of my head, I want to be trading it as a range day. So I want to trade the outside edges. And at the moment, that's what we're potentially seeing. We've had about 5 or 6 red candles in a row now, and what I'm really looking for, what you can see marked up in yellow with the lines, I'm just looking for a lower high, a minor lower high where I can get in short. I know my risk is going to be sort of above those highs there, and just see if I can get it to go offer to bid, meaning from the highs to the lows, and see if it can push back down to 18,675, even if it takes out that low there. Okay, so I actually think I have a couple of goes in short, but we'll see how this one goes now. Okay, so this one I'm just about to close out the last partial. I didn't like the way it was grinding down. I was actually lucky to stay in that short there. You can see where I got in. There's that first sort of expansion candle down and a couple of sideways candle, green candle. I thought it was actually going to pop up and take me, stop me out. Then you got a couple of wicks where I was really on the the buyback button. So I was ready to close out. Then lucky enough, it actually did head down. Now it does keep going down from here, so I actually got it wrong. But I'm happy with that. I'm happy to more manage my risk. If I don't see what I want to see, I've got to reassess it in my head. Okay, so if I'm not seeing the price action which I expect, I've got to question why. Okay, not sit around and worry about, okay, just leave it and let it go, because that's not always the best course of action. It's better to manage your risk. Okay, I'm starting to see the price action where, look, it could easily pop up. On the 5-minute chart, it was looking to potentially hold a high low and maybe run into new highs. So I really wanted to manage my risk and reassess as I go. And it's a lot easier reassessing the market when you've got no position on, okay? Because you're not getting swayed either way. You can reassess it from a clear mind. All right, so let's get on to the next trade now. All right, so you can see that market, it did head a bit lower from where I got out. Went back down to that test of lows, which, if I stayed in, that would have been great. But unfortunately, I didn't, and it did bounce back up. So I get a second go at this one here. So really what I'm looking for now is another short. I'm looking for that. It's pulled back to the MAs. Okay, we've retested lows, but you notice, I think it's a really important thing, we didn't flush the lows. Okay, we didn't take out the stops below. So anyone that was buying, I've got that circle on the chart there. You can see the lows there from previously. Those stops below there, anyone that's got a long position on, they've got their sell stops below, hasn't been put under pressure just yet. So that's what I'm aiming for, and I really like when it falls short of that, comes back up, holds another lower height, or vice versa if you're on the long side, and then starts to pressure back down again or pressure back up again. Okay, so in this case, I'm looking for a minor shoulder, a minor lower high, about where we are at the EMAs, and I'm looking to get in short. So let's see how this trade goes, and I think this is the final one for the day. Okay, so I'm into the last part of the trade here. I've taken partials along the way as we get these bounce. It wasn't a really strong move, so I was taking some partials, $1 here, $1 there, a couple of dollars here. But all up, it was a good little trade to finish off on the day. And you can see, I think it does, this is a kind of a spike lower, and then it starts to reverse here, and I think I'll close out the last part. There you go, just closed it out there. So all done, that was the last trade, locked away the final gains, and it was a good little win for the day.